This is part 2 of how to curve scores using Excel or the TI-83. So I've got you to the point where you can make a curved score using an equation generated by a linear regression line off of this data. So we did a 46 low and a 55 a curve score from a 46 of a raw to a 55 of a curve, and then 96 to 99. And now I'd like to show you how easy it is to change your data and use it for another test. So maybe the next test your total score was out of maybe 50 and you had a high score of, let's see, 47, and the low score of that might have been as low as a 22. It happens. And so we didn't want to give let's see, a 22 out of 50 would be less than 50%, but we didn't want to give a 22, or excuse me, at 50%, we wanted to give a 55%. So notice as I changed the data, keeping the 99, 55, the equation changed. The hard part is that the formula over here and the data set over here for raw input does not change accordingly, and so you have to manually change that again. It's not that tricky. If you go to the first cell of what you're changing it to, actually we should do the raw input first. So if you go to the first cell of the raw input, in this case B7, we're going to say the low was at 22 and make the next one at 23, and we need to run these up. So I'm going to highlight 22 and 23 to get the series copy and paste working, and that means it's going to determine what series you're at, and it was a step by 1, and so it's going to increment by 1 up to 50 because I let go down at there at 50. Now there's still leftover data from the last time I ran a curve, but it's no big deal. That's just sitting there. I need to know it from 22 to 50, and I just leave that. So as long as I've saved this Excel document, I can reuse it over and over again. It's a good one to keep on hand. Let's see, we're going to run the equation now and copy and paste it, or the control drag down, control D down, I forget what that's called, but drag down. Again, using the formula equals the cell right before it, B7 in this case, times a slope. This is a slope. We're going to use a 1.76, and then plus a starting point or a y-intercept of 16.28. Because we rounded everything before, whoops, misdid that. Let's fix that. 16.28. Because we set up the cells to be all rounded to integers using the number over here and the decrease decimal trick, this should stay at that same type of format. Again, I want to copy and paste this. It does a very smart copy and paste. I'm going to go down until I saw that 50 point. There it is. And now I have the curved score. The curved score copies and pastes every cell smartly. If you notice, it started by copying B7, or using B7, excuse me, in the formula. And if I come down, it uses B8 in the next one, or B9, etc., etc. This is a very smart feature of most spreadsheets. Over here, the formula did change as well. So now we have new scores, and we have it running from 22 up to, what we say, 46 to give us the 99. Pardon me, I meant the starting point of, let's see, 47 goes to 99, and yes, 47 does go to 99. Similarly, using the TI-83, we're going to use the stat input. So I'm going to turn my TI-83 on. You can see my previous results and my previous graph. I'm going to go back to stat and do edit. I'm going to change the inputs and for this curve, which we said to, let's see, I want to match it. Let's get those numbers up here and go 22 and 47. And I'm going to leave the 55.99. Again, if I wanted to change this, maybe the person got 50 out of 50. I can make this 100, and that person still gets what he earned, no more, no less, because he's at 100. Let's say this, in this case, we're going for a 47 of a high, and we'll just make that a 99. If you want, you can make that the true raw score, 47 out of 50, approximately, whatever that is, and put that in for your output instead of 99 here. And that's true for both the Excel document and the TI. Now I'm going to do the stat. Going to generate a new linear equation regression, excuse me, I could actually go back to the screen and do the second enter trick, and it would bring back the last command on the TI-83, but I'll go through the process again. Just in case you missed part one, we're going to do the linear regression. I'm going to instantly put it in the y equals and clear out anything in the y equals by right afterwards going to vars, right arrow, y vars, and then hit function or enter, and then enter again for y1, and then enter again to get our equation. You'll see that it matches the spreadsheet's equation perfectly. We got a 1.76 slope and a 16.28 starting point. Now, over here in my window, the graph is pretty much set up for it, except for the fact that I have the window stretched out, and for the y equal x raw score line is incorrect. We need to fix that. So I'm going to go back to y equals. The new raw score was basically 100 over 50, or excuse me, 2x graph, basically 2 points for every one. That's the raw score. And now I'll change the window so it doesn't stretch it out to 100. We'll stretch it out to maybe a little over the range of 0 to 50, or the domain of 0 to 50 here. And now we'll go to graph, and we'll see that on the TI-83, we'll see what I'm talking about by that Jeffersonian style curve. The bottom gets a little more than the top, but everybody gets what they need. And again, this keeps the scores in a healthy normal normal curve, and as well as my overall grade tends to follow in that suit as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I'm David from Electric Teaching, and this is for all my fellow teachers out there, and hopefully you can find this useful, either the TI-83 or the Excel. Thank you.